David Kelsey from Heb magazine, or I guess it's just now called Heb. Sorry.
Okay, so Heb is a humor, satire, and lifestyles magazine that serves a predominantly secular and lightly affiliated readership. We don't have a specific mandate or vision for Israel like I think many of my colleagues here have at their organizations. For us, it's really about finding our own other Israel, finding points of commonality, fun, and of course, funny. To pursue that vision, a lot of it is determined by our own readers. I often think if Hasidim vote with their feet, our people vote with clicks and likes. In addition to partnering with the Israel Film Festival, Israel Film Center Festival, and of course Other Israel, we promote Israeli films and other films of Jewish interest pretty much equally. It's not about promoting Israel per se, but just promoting films of Jewish interest, particularly on the independent side. Another aspect that we focus on is Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is very popular with both staff and readers. People feel very comfortable there and tend to have a great time. So we tend to emphasize that sort of cosmopolitan parallel city to a lot of our, again, promoting Tel Aviv for that type of secular Jewish readership, young readership, is something I think the community needs to do more than just talking about some of the more mainstream issues. We bring accessible Israeli culture to our readers' attention. You'll notice on one of the slides, you'll see there was a very clever, what's called a Debka satire of a Radiohead song. The group was unheard of who did the satire, but we received over 1,000 Facebook likes. We know when we've hit, obviously, a point of relevance for our readers.
Thank you. So, David, Heb has been known to maybe push the envelope is a tame way of putting it, to be as outrageous as possible to get attention. And I'm curious about the strategy behind that. Does it work? And in what way do you measure your effectiveness?
I think that it's important to challenge the narrative in the Jewish community. If we don't challenge the narrative of the Jewish community, you risk a couple different problems. One, you risk just reaching the most diehard members of the Jewish community and just talking to the choir. And two, particularly when we're a disproportionately powerful community, we risk not asking ourselves questions and not being critical of our own position. So I think that's an important point. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, we are political overtly in terms of BDS. We do take a hard line against BDS.
I would have asked you that question, but we'll come back to that. Okay, thank you very much, David. The next organization is Ein Bustan, and to represent them, Amir Shlomian.
Hello, everybody. So I'm Amir Shlomian. I am a musician. I'm a teacher, educator, class teacher. And I'm also the founder and co-manager of Ein Bustan organization for education in 2 languages for Jews and Arabs, emphasizing the method, the special method, how to do it, because it's not actually so clear how to take these 2 cultures and to make it a nice, beautiful education system, and emphasizing also the ability of listening. By the council, the listening circles. In the photo, you could see me and my partner, Itaf Awad, who is co-managing with me. And as you can see, we are very alike. Or let's say, as you cannot see, we are very alike. It is visible that we are very different, but actually, we share the same vision. We both got our feelings, thoughts, and desires. Of course, it might cause also problems, but we found out that actually listening to each other and working together is very complementary. And our vision is to create an educational system that would use the differences as a, let's say, celebrate the differences. Somebody told me that this is a nice term to put it. Celebrate the differences and look at the adventurous difficulties as only opportunities of growth. We say that the main thing in education is to teach how to love the other. We find out that it is better to have the other in the classroom and not to push him away. So this is what we do. The last 9 years we have kindergarten, then another kindergarten, then a class of kids from 7 to 9 years old, studying together, and I became the teacher with an Arabic lady. And every day I get up, get into the classroom, and praise the day with them in Arabic, not in Hebrew. Jewish kids, Hebrew speakers, are just praising the day in Arabic. Then we sing a song in Hebrew, only one language, and they should understand, and they do understand, because we do that every day, and they tend to love this language and to love what they do in both languages. If I still have few seconds, I don't know how many of you could hear probably many of you could hear the compassionate, loving Hebrew, but I don't know how many of you had the experience to feel the Arabic as maternal, loving language. And when it happens, then something changes in your life. That's what happened to me. Since I started to talk the language, to sing the language, to write music for Arab songs that was written by other teachers, and to say that verse, that it happened to me that I said it to one of the great guests that I was very honored to meet here in Arabic, and I find out through his eyes that actually it is very touching. So every day I get into the classroom and say that نور الشمس الغالي ينير لي يومي عظمت روحي بنفس تميد جسدي بالقوة بالنور الشمس الغالي أشكرك يا ربي على شجاعة نفس الإنسان التي بوفرة كرمك منحتها لروحي لأكون مثابرا في عملي متلهفا لعلمي منك ينبثق نور بقوة ثوبك يتدافق حب والشكر. Thank you.
Want to translate that?
I will say that this is the blessing for the day. This is what we say in World of Education every day in many languages in the world. The daylight strengthens my body and gives me strength, let's say, to work enthusiastically, let's say, just in short terms. But maybe some of you know the World of Education, the Rudolf Steiner education, which we use as a method. And we find out that actually it could be far more flexible and very useful as a bridge between cultures. And that's how actually we created a method of emphasizing the, how to say, ibtihal, that's in Arabic, how to say hishtaut in English. The O, is it? Astonishment? Okay, yes.
The wonder, yes. So a number of times in this festival, filmmakers and the films themselves have called for Arabic to be a required language in the public schools, the way that English is. Does Angustan get out of the classroom ever into advocacy? And if not, who does do that work?
What do you mean advocacy? How do...
Out of the classroom and into the Knesset.
Well, Angustan just want to establish schools that does it, and actually not, we don't want the language to be learned as a second language, what we call. In Hebrew we call it Safa Zara, foreign language. We don't look at it as a foreign language. We have two French language, Sfat Chaver in Hebrew, Lugat al-Sahib. We have Hebrew as Lugat al-Sahib lal-Arab, the language of the friend for the Arab speaker, and vice versa for the Hebrew speaker. Then English is the foreign language.
Foreign language.
That's how we look at it. In the Knesset, we got quite a while to go. But,
yeah,
doing our best.
On many things. Thank you.
Thank you.